Okay, and so our problem is y equals the square root of x, and our point is given to be 25.5. All right, so we're asked to find the slope of the line. So the slope of that tangent line is given to be f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. And for the slope of the tangent line, we're going to let h approach 0. So plugging in, we know that x is 25, right? So we're going to plug that in for our x. And then here, f of x is just 5. So we'll plug that in. So we have f of 25 plus h minus, and then f of x is 5 all over h. Now to find f of 25 plus h, we're just going to take that quantity and plug it into our function. So we get the square root of 25 plus h minus 5 all over h. Now we recognize this as needing to be simplified because if we let h go to 0, we have a 0 in the denominator, which is undefined. So we're going to have to algebraically manipulate, and in this case we'll use a conjugate. So the conjugate would be the square root of 25 plus h plus 5. We multiply both numerator and denominator by that quantity. And then foiling the numerator, we'll have 25 plus h minus 25. And I just got that by foiling. So here I multiplied those two to get the 25 plus h. The outer and the inner subtracted out, and then I got minus 25. So that's where that quantity is coming from. And then in the denominator, I have h times the square root of 25 plus h plus 5. In the numerator, we see that the 25s subtract out, and the h's divide out, leaving us with just 1. So our final quantity would be 1 all over the square root of 25 plus h plus 5. And now we're all set to let h approach 0. So as h approaches 0, we're going to plug in a 0 for our h, which is right there, right? So that's going to become 0. So I get 1 all over the square root of 25, which is 5, plus 5, which is 1/10.